Last time on Knights of the Roll Table, the team decided to head off to the west to meet the wizard Chaleal to get a dragon on their side. With Morthos along with them, they left the city only to be waylaid by a huge gelatinous cube. After making short work of the cube, they encountered a small village where the residents are not what they seem.
Alright, so Biscuit peering in the back of the window of the house that you guys, the little hamlet that you guys are walking through, spies the two inhabitants, the Dragonborns, just kind of jiggling and oscillating and going blah, 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 to each other right behind the door for some really strange reason. So, Biscuit, that's what you see happening right behind the door.
Oh, so I see this. I'm invisible.
You see it. Yeah, and roll an investigation.
16.
16. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you kind of notice like on that, like the like form that they have, kind of shimmering and then like kind of gooifying and like a ripple, and then it kind of comes back and comes back into this form.
Well,
And then you hear the knock on the door, knock, knock, knock. And then you see them kind of come back to their regular form, open up the door, and kind of talk to Cookie. Goes, "Hey, what's going on here, folks? I'm just selling, I'm selling popcorn coming around." And they're like, "Oh, we don't want any popcorn. No, thank you." And they close the door, and then they kind of go back to blah, 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 blah. Just right behind the door. They close it. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so if I wasn't seen, I will. I would like to sneak back.
Okay.
And go back to the group. In
Okay.
front of the house, away from the house, like on the road, and tell them what I've seen.
All right. So Biscuit describes the.
Yeah. Guys, listen. I went around back. I looked in through the window. They didn't see me because I was invisible. Oh wait, I'm still invisible. Hi. I'm keeping the invisibility just for a second, but they are definitely oozes. They are definitely not Dragonborn. They are they're having like a little oozy discussion, and they're putting on a front to make it seem like everything's fine, but it's not fine. They're oozy types.
No, they seem weird.
So should we take care of them? I mean, should we see if the real Dragonborn are inside? I mean, maybe they're hostage. Maybe they've been taken over. I mean, I don't know.
Morthos says, maybe we should just press on and get out of here. They might already be fallen.
Let's murder them. Yeah.
Well, I'm
message.
fine with going on, but I also don't want them to go forward and make other people think that everything's okay.
We could put up a sign.
Put up a sign? What do you mean?
A sign that says that they're not real.
Yes, these are ooze. Can ooze read?
We'd have to test it, Morthos says. I don't know.
How about this? Igneous writes down on a piece of paper with like a piece of charcoal, "We think you are an ooze." Okay, open the door, and we'll see if they can read this.
Seems kind of like we're playing our hand here.
Branch is gonna go up to the door on Igneous' suggestion and just knock. I'm still a child Dragonborn in appearance. Don't forget.
Morthos like, guys, don't. I don't think you should do this. And you go up and you knock on the door, and the door slowly opens, and so you're holding it up, so like just like in front of you,
just like casually in front of me. So if they can read, they'll read that.
Okay, they open the door and they say, yes, what do you need?
Hello, I was wondering if you wanted to donate some money to my school.
Oh my god.
They look at the Dragonborn child. They look over at Igneous with the sign. They look back at child Dragonborn. They look at each other And then they go, no, we don't want to donate. And they slowly close the door.
All right, we've
Okay.
learned some information.
What did we learn?
We can
Besides
put
that
up
they
a
are bad
sign because
people.
they cannot read.
They can't read.
Or they just can't understand it.
Or they did not care.
Or they just
So
really
we
don't
might
like
as well leave 'em
solicitors.
mark.
Maybe their weakness is solicitation.
The sign around, and I write oozes inside, and I stick it to the door.
You might want to add do not solicit because, people appreciate that kind of thing.
All right, fine. Do not solicit.
Do not solicit.
Doing them
Oozes
a favor here.
inside.
'Cause
Well, we're doing everybody a favor. We're doing them a favor by not having anybody come along and try to sell them stuff. And then we're doing other people a favor by not going inside and getting their faces melted. So, all right, let's move on, Morthos. Tally
We
ho.
created healthy social distance.
All right, Morthos goes, okay, great. Let's keep walking. All right, you guys walk out of that village area, leaving a sign on the front door that says "Oozes inside." Is that what it is?
Do not solicit.
Do not
Oozes inside, do not solicit.
Oozes inside. Do not solicit. Okay, cool.
This won't come back and bite us in any way, I'm sure.
Perfect plan, flawlessly executed.
Guys, this is why we play this game. All right.
It is.
All right, so you guys are walking, and go ahead and roll a perception, everybody.
11.
21.
Dirty
Oh.
20.
15.
You're kind of in an area where it's starting to get a little more not really hilly, but there's kind of these like bigger rock clusters that are kind of forming up. So it's still kind of like that high deserty, pretty barren with like low grass and pretty sparse, not really any big trees or thickets or anything like that, but kind of like there's these clumpings of like big rocks and boulders that you might see kind of up in the mountains, but they're just kind of like bouldered together. So you're not really, seeing the horizon on either side necessarily. Everybody that got like a 15 or higher, you guys kind of hear kind of a little, you've been hearing kind of rustling, but you kind of hear a little something on a rock pile, like maybe a rock kind of fallen down another couple rocks. Let's see. So Igneous and Biscuit, you guys turn around and you see just kind of like, as you kind of hear the sound, you turn around and you just see like almost like a bright blue, like a cerulean, like flash of color that you just see for a minute and then it goes away. And you just kind of note that.
I drop invisibility, by the way. I'm assuming it only lasts for an hour, so.
Yeah, so you guys are kind of walking. It's been a little while. You've been
Okay.
walking for, maybe an hour or two, kind of heading this way.
That's strange. Do you see that?
Yeah, sort of a cerulean flash. Seems relevant to something, right?
Is that in our direct path, or is that just kind of to the side?
It was kind of behind you and off to the side.
Okay.
So past where you guys kind of already walked.
I mean,
Up ahead, you guys kind of see up on another one that's up ahead. You see a bunch of crows and ravens kind of up inside. And you kind of hear them start to kind of squawk and make a bunch of noise. Yeah, they're kind of squawking. They're kind of making some noise. So, you kind of one of them takes off. So, Morthos says, don't let these hills get to you. The emptiness and the openness can make lesser beings see things and hear things.
You saw a blue thing, and we see crows, and it's probably a Stellar's jay. They are also corvids, and they are blue. Very loud little birdies.
All right, you guys get to a part and you see kind of this ravine kind of start to form. You guys kind of get up to it, and you get up to a spot where there's like a bridge and like a really at one point may have been like a really big kind of wide with nice big planks bridge that went over this big gap. This gap that's not Grand Canyon size, but like a pretty big gap in this big ravine that's maybe like 50 feet down and like a bunch of jagged rocks and stuff. You guys see that where maybe there was once a really wide bridge, now a lot of the planks and stuff have been kind of knocked out, and you're looking at this kind of disrepaired bridge that's over this big ravine here. And Morthos, he says, this is quite unexpected. This is a bridge that has been standing for 20 years. I don't know what could be happening here. The bridge is in disrepair. This is so unusual. And you guys are kind of looking at it, and it's kind of the wind's picking up a little bit, and you can see it kind of like swaying kind of back and forth. It has both kind of like metal chains as kind of like the major anchors of it, and then some kind of ropes and smaller cables kind of going in between, but like it's kind of real patchwork now. So that's what you guys kind of see as you kind of approach this area. It's about maybe like 50 or 60 yards. It's pretty far.
Branch can fly across, but how are you humans going to get across this?
Well,
are you going to walk that? That seems scary.
Could you? Yeah, I mean, Branch, maybe you could carry somebody, and then I can dimension door. Cookie can turn into something as well, and he can probably grab somebody. So I can take somebody with me. That's my size. So I can probably take Yenni.
Yeah.
If you
I'm
can
not
carry
sure
one of
that I can
the
actually
big ones.
carry anyone.
Is there a boulder that's like, flat, like a flat kind of platformy kind of slab or something like that?
There is really a lot of rocks around and a lot of different boulders. You kind of can look around. You could see some ones that, all kinds of shape and sizes. So you could find one that maybe has a nice flat surface on it.
Well, if I can find one that's approximately less than 1,000 pounds, I can cast telekinesis on it, and people can get on that and move it, and I can move it across.
Does it have to be 1,000 pounds, less than 1,000 pounds with us on it, whenever you move it?
Well,
what's the gross weight?
the gross weight is 1,000, up to 1,000 pounds. Diedre, I could turn you into an eagle or a hawk or something.
All right, I could. Sure. That's not something I've experienced, but they do sound reasonably majestic.
Oh yeah, it's real nice.
Morthos looks and he says, it doesn't look that bad. I think we could walk across it.
All right. Well, Yenni, come with me. And so I'm going to cast Dimension Door, and this kind of like small purplish glowing door shows up, and I'll grab Yenni's hand and I'll be like, come on, darling. You just walk right through, and kind of you just see another door appear on the other side, and we're like, and you hear, woohoo!
All right, well, two of you are across.
Where's Cookie right now?
Cookie turns into a giant owl again.
Oh, you bird people. Very good.
And
so Morthos goes, we don't need tricks to do this. And he, much of your guys' surprise, he starts to kind of get on the kind of handrail and the one side of one of the bridge, and he just starts to kind of shimmy back and forth like this, gets halfway out, and it starts swinging, and he kind of loses his grip a little bit, grabs it back on, manages to kind of do a little jump over to the other side, which has a few more planks, and just this whole white, everybody, you're all watching like white knuckled as he's like teetering over the edge and just continues to like barrel through at like a not even blinking as he goes. He must have rolled a really high check there and a really low wisdom check back to back because he just got across and manages to get across no problem. So Diedre and Igneous are now back on the other side. And,
I'm also there. I haven't changed and flown across yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Branch is there as well. That's right. We were talking.
I can stay here if you want to try that and make sure that nothing comes up and hurts the bridge or attacks.
Yeah, Igneous will just go
then
for
I will
it.
fly across.
Going across.
Okay, roll and athletics. Or a tumbling or a acrobatics, whatever.
Yeah, he's going to be flippy, so he can do acrobatics.
Great.
It's going to be plus 10 instead of plus 1, and that's a 29.
Okay, so with an increasing show of gymnasticism, you kind of stand back and put your hands out and start the run like a gymnast, and you kind of walk along. You kind of go up the rail thing and kind of walk along it for a little while, and it starts to kind of flip over, and you do like a little over flip to the other side of the guardrail. Kind of catch yourself and come back and forth. Do a little like handstand. You walk on your hands with the rope on it for a little bit, like kind of over the edge. You swing around it a couple times, and the whole thing kind of goes crazy up like this. You get over to the other side, and then you flip off of that, and then you plant both your feet, and you stick your hands up in the air.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
So no problem. So Branch and Diedre
Diedre, just do what I did.
I mean, I probably could.
So you just saw two very impressive shows of talent. So it's kind of up to you. Branch and Diedre, while you guys are both standing there, you hear this. You kind of hear like kind of behind you coming up from a little from the rocks. You kind of hear this sound.
Well,
it sounds like it's coming from like kind of down like behind you, and it doesn't sound like
that
big.
as like an animal sound of some sort.
It does not sound like an animal sound that you've heard. It's reminiscent of some sounds you've heard recently.
Like the blobby sounds.
It sounds a little blobby.
That sounds messy. Time to go, Branch.
You go. I will hold this until you get across.
You can tell me if I can get away with this. I want to try and do the fancy thing that Igneous did, but also I want to have Misty Step like ready to go in case like I feel like I'm not gonna make it. Like it's just queued up. Like
as a backup, yeah.
Like a prepared bonus
got this.
action if I can.
All right, go ahead and roll your acrobatics check.
You know, as a rogue, we like to have a something in our back pocket.
Hey, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, that's gonna be a 14.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. You start to do kind of the same routine, and you're walking along the top there, and you're jumping from one side to another. You're feeling pretty good, but as you kind of go to one side, one of the like remaining panels that went all the way across just totally breaks, and for a moment, everybody like has a little gasp, and you just as soon as that happens, you kind of point up and back up there, and you Misty Step up a little bit, and go ahead and roll another acrobatics check.
Oh no.
Ooh, nat 20!
Yeah!
All right, and then perfectly.
Yeah.
So you managed to Misty Step you're on the like chain that goes across, right? So you manage to get both feet on, and you use your kind of momentum moving forward. You do a couple of cartwheels, push off, land, stick both your feet stay perfectly, and you put both hands up in the air. And the
it's just a little shrug, like.
The judge from Arcacia gives you 10. The judge from Barcelona gives you 10. Tetron 7, 6. Hello, listeners of the Roll Table. This is Jeff, your DM for Season 7. Hope you're having a wonderful start to fall as we're kicking off a continuation of Season 7 here. Just want to give a quick shout out here to everybody who's listening along. Thank you for being a part of the podcast. You know, the best way to support us is to leave that rating and review on whatever podcast service you're listening to with right now. Leave a review, make it 5 stars, and I'll read it right here on the air. Visit our Instagram at Rolltable and join us on our Discord server where we have discussions with other fans about the show, ask questions, learn about D&D, search for Knights of the Roll Table on Discord, or click the link in our show notes. Hey, while we're here, I want to shout out a fun thing that's out there in the D&D world that you might want to explore. It's a group called Beetle and Grimm's, and they have a new Kickstarter for a new set for, it's called Skullduggery, and it's urban combat in the D&D realm. Looks really interesting. If you don't know Beetle and Grimm's, what they do is they make these campaign kits that are much more than just printed material. They'll have little resources and guides and tokens and kind of artifacts and things all packaged together. Anyway, go and check it out at beetleandgrimms.com, Beadle and Grimms, GRIMMS.com. Search for it. It's pretty neat. Check it out. Some of the combat music featured in this episode was created by Weston Gardner and can be found on his Patreon, Arcane Anthems. All the art for our characters and maps are illustrated by our very own Chris Daly, who also has a Patreon called Dungeon Heads. And you can check out Chris on his other podcast, Comic Book Keepers. If you have feedback or questions or want to put an ad on the show, contact us, knightsoftherolltable@gmail.com. Also, if you want us to come and bring the show on the road, we do live shows, we can do live tapings. Let us know, knightsoftherolltable@gmail.com. We know we are not the only D&D actual play podcast out there, so we honestly, truly thank you for listening and giving us a chance. That's it for the announcements. Now, go out and make life an adventure.
Cool.
All
At
right.
that point, Branch will turn into a raven and fly across.
Before you do, you kind of, as you're kind of watching this, you kind of feel like a little like wetness kind of down. You kind of feel like something kind of touch like your boot branch.
I did not think I got that nervous when Diedre fell.
Okay, but there you go. So you kind of look down at your feet, and just about the size of just really no bigger than like a little dog, no bigger than like a little pug, you kind of see this bright blue little slime. And you're kind of looking at it, and it's like bright and shiny, and you can't really tell, but it almost looks like two little eyes kind of look up at you. And they're kind of big.
Oh, hello, little guy.
And you kind of hear it kind of makes like a cute little like sound, and then it does a sound.
Oh, I hope we get a pet ooze.
I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm gonna. Feel free to have me roll a wisdom check if this is a stupid idea. But Branch will like tentatively reach out a hand to like not necessarily pet it, but like see if it's friendly, like you would do with a dog. Like, huh? Hey,
Okay.
Hello.
All right. You kind of lower your hand a little bit, and as you do, it doesn't like it kind of like forms like a little part of it kind of comes out, and there's kind of like a little blob part of it that kind of separates out and kind of doesn't really like grab onto your hand, but your hand kind of like absorbs into it, and it kind of like comes on like around your hand, and then it pulls its other half kind of up, and you just kind of like move your hand, and like now the whole thing is like kind of in your hand, and you're kind of holding it up. It's maybe the size of like a basketball kind of in your hand, and like some of it kind of drips through part of your finger, and it kind of like goes back over to your arm, and it's kind of like fluidly like kind of moving, but it's this kind of like really bright blue, and you can kind of like see through it, and light's kind of coming through it, and it looks, it kind of reminds you, Branch, a little bit of like the ocean. Like there's kind of like little tiny like particles inside that kind of float around and kind of shine and stuff like that. And you're kind of holding this little blue blob thing.
You are so cute, Mr. Blobby. Or just, I do not know. Like, Branch like holds it up to the light, like, I do not, just Blobby. I do not know gender. Do you want to go for a ride?
It doesn't seem to like really do anything. It just kind of like moves around a little bit, and it starts to kind of like move kind of up your arm a little bit, and then kind of like back down, and you don't really have to like do very much. Yeah.
Branch is gonna like try to direct it onto like his shoulders, like in between his shoulders, and, like kind of hunch forward, and then I'll turn into. Is it small enough where you think a raven could get across, or should I turn into like a giant fly or something? Like you have a better perspective of size than I do from here.
In terms of like you're gonna,
I want to fly it across with me.
You want to fly it across with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you were like, yeah, maybe like a crow or raven would be just a little too small. If you were like a bald eagle or like a big eagle like that, it could probably sit on its back.
None of us see this, right? It's like all the way on the other side.
So you guys you're all like high-fiving each other from the like awesome like getting across.
Yeah, we did it.
Like
Woo!
Everybody's like, we are crushing it. We destroyed that bridge. Morthos is like, you guys got it. You're like finger guns back and forth, just like totally broing it up.
Should I send Cookie across to get Branch? I mean, he can pick him up as a giant eagle or a giant owl. Branch seems to be just standing there playing with like a ball of snot or something.
I think I'll turn into a giant fly. That's a large creature.
Okay.
And then I'll because a raven is considered tiny, which clearly they've never seen a raven before.
Just a tiny little raven.
I'll try to get up on my back and then turn into a giant fly and fly across.
All right. So when you turn into the fly, you can kind of you kind of feel that it kind of like it kind of like puts out almost like a couple of little like arm things and kind of like to like kind of grab on, but then once it kind of sees like you're like a solid thing again, it kind of congeals back again, and
I don't think this would do anything, but Branch is going to use his telepathy.
Just kind of hold it on as a fly.
It is okay, Blobby. It is okay.
No, just like to communicate with it.
But you're a fly, so it's like.
No, I have telepathy.
I see.
I took that as a feat a while back so I could talk as animals because it was annoying.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you telepathize towards it.
Yeah. I doubt it will hear it because it's a blob, but still.
All right. And so you fly across. So everybody else on the other side of the bridge, you see this giant fly come over and land. And it's got like a big, puddly, bright blue, like slime on its back.
Yeah. Before I land, you saw me turn into it. Before
or just
I land,
a weird giant fly being controlled
I'll telepathy to everyone. Telepathically send.
Branch found a neat little slimy guy who is very nice. Do not hurt it.
And then I'll land and turn back into me.
Seems like a bad idea.
Morthos goes, yes, cast it into the canyon. What are you doing?
No.
Branch will like hold it protectively.
He's a sweet little slimy.
He says, it's going to melt you. What are you doing?
Look. And I'll like put my hand. I'll do the same thing I did with my hand earlier, where it like climbs on. Like,
no melting.
Okay, you kind of do, and it doesn't. And Morthos goes, that's because it's choosing not to right now. It could at any time.
My friend.
What do you mean, friend? These are evil killing machines. It's killed 1,000 of my countrymen.
No. And, all of your blobbies are big, and they are like you cannot see. Look at him; he is beautiful.
Hey, Branch, can you talk to it? Is it actually saying anything back to you?
I haven't tried, but I also don't think it's made any noises other than.
Yeah, it's just making kind of like.
I mean, I would say if we can communicate with it and if it can give us some direction or intel, even if it's just like sort of intuitiveness, then that might be beneficial have some sort of an ally, but otherwise, I don't know. It seems like not a good thing.
I feel like Branch would know enough to know that speak with animals wouldn't do anything.
He's so cute. He looks like a little adipose almost. Little Doctor Who reference.
Branch understands why you are nervous, but Branch has a lot of experience with animals and in the nature, and this is a very calm, little cute, adorable little Uzi.
It kind of you're not sure if you're like interacting or playing with it, but it kind of like reacts as you like kind of poke it and do things with it. It kind of like kind of like oscillates, and
Branch will take responsibility for it, and if it starts to hurt anything or whatever, Branch will take care of it. Okay.
Okay.
Morthos goes, this is worse than the sign on the door idea. And that was the worst idea I've ever heard.
Those were both my ideas.
Listen, we have a certain way of doing things, and sometimes it involves trust, and you just got to trust that there will be a method to this madness. Like, Branch has been underestimated before, and we can't think that what he's doing is a bad idea. I mean, it might be a bad idea, and I think it's a bad idea, and you think it's a bad idea, and most of us do. But I believe that maybe this might be for a reason. So we just got to believe.
Morthos goes, fine, but and he points at Branch. He says, "You're walking in the front 20 yards. You're walking in front where you can see you."
Okay.
And
Branch starts walking. Wait, where are we going?
Down the road. Continue forward. We're going to Summer Hill.
Branch takes off. So starts walking.
All right. So after
so it's very. I am Branch from a small tree in the forest, and
kind of fades
you're
off.
just gonna like continuously talk to it
for a while. I love when I do a thing and then the DM rolls die.
You earn 1 trust point.
You're going for a while, and it's kind of like it'll kind of be on your head for a little bit, and then it will like kind of like slide down and like go and like actually kind of slide on the ground kind of right next to you. Sometimes it'll like come up and like go into like your backpack a little bit and just kind of like go around. You guys all kind of walking back, you're talking, you're kind of seeing this like this happen. So Morthos is staying way back, and he just like the whole time is like, this isn't I don't like it. It's like, it's disgusting and I don't like it, and this is bad.
Oh, you are such a fast little blobby. I did not know you could like keep up with me. That is very impressive.
And it kind of does this, and as you're like continuing to talk to it, after a little bit, you just hear this like it just kind of makes like a weird little chirp sound like that.
I was going to use ritual speak with animals. I'll just cast it. And I'm going to try it. I don't think it's going to do anything because it's not an animal. But I have a lot of level 1 slots that I don't do anything with. So I cast that. Like,
hello. I just wanted to see if you could understand me if I talked like this, or if I could understand you. Hello?
I'll have it on my hand and like talking to it that way.
Again, it's like kind of formless, and you can't really tell anything like as it's kind of like whatever. But when you kind of start talking to it with that spell, it kind of like perks up and like almost like kind of has like a little like head. Like if we're kind of looking at the like picture of it, it kind of pulls itself kind of up a little bit when you talk to it, and then it kind of goes back down.
Interesting. I have to spend.
I'll keep talking to him.
Well,
what are you?
It seems like you maybe understand me if I do like this. So I'll tell you again. I am Branch from the smallest tree in the forest. That is my name. You can call me Branch, or you can call me blah 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 blah. However you would say as in Blob. No offense if I said something bad. And he'll just keep like ramble talking at it.
So as you're going, and you've used this to communicate with animals before, and when you do, you get a sense of in like language form that you kind of understand, that like puts things into syntax and like logic, and that kind of like allows that like transference of, you know, intent and consciousness that you can have with like an animal, that kind of happens in your brain, right, through the magic that kind of happens. And you don't get any like real response or anything. The only thing that you kind of notice is that like while you're doing that, it is more like when you talk to like a dog without magic, or when you talk to an animal like without magic. And like sometimes just because of a funny word that you make or a click sound or something, it kind of reacts to it. And it's not like paying attention. It like you're just not sure. You don't think it's really, you're not sure if it's like paying attention to you or if it's just like responding to the like stimuli, but different. You're not really sure. It seems like you're talking to a dog as a human with this speak with animals thing. That's all it's giving.
I don't want to monopolize all this time, but
well, you picked it up. Like, it's your blue blob.
No, I just meant time of the podcast. Branch will go into his backpack and find like, you know, a ration or something, some food, and be like, do you want this? And I'll hold it out to Blobby.
What kind of ration? What's it made out of?
I don't know. It's like jerky.
All right, so so like a little dried piece of beef jerky or whatever.
Yeah.
So you kind of like hold it out. It doesn't like really seem very. It doesn't like react to it right away, but it slowly like kind of takes a little pseudopod out of it and just kind of like holds it, and then you can kind of see it like within it, and then it slowly like kind of starts to like almost fizz a little bit inside, and you can kind of see it in there like slowly kind of start to you know, almost like a little like a Alka-Seltzer tablet, like it kind of is like effervescing, and it's just kind of like inside, and you can kind of just like kind of feel him like he's kind of some chemical process is happening inside of him.
Oh wow, that is very neat. If you need more, just let me know.
And it does it for a little while, and then it kind of like pushes it to the end, and it just kind of falls out. Like
is there less
just like
of it
a little
than
bit
when it
of
went
it.
in?
There's less of it, but like kind of spread it out.
Oh, I guess you were full. Okay.
But yeah. All right, you guys get you get a little further, and like finally you get to a little spot where there actually is kind of like a bigger oak tree, and there's been like kind of a little more like shrubs, and again these kind of rocks that are there, and so you kind of get to this oak tree, and that's where Mortha's like, hey, let's start setting up camp here. It's starting to get late in the evening, and you guys start to kind of unpack and like unwind. As you guys kind of are setting up the fire and setting up a camp for the night on your journey, any particular business to do or things to kind of do as you guys are kind of setting up? Morthos is still like, you stay over there, and he's kind of like, okay, you guys set up. I'm going to set up my tent over here, and he's kind of still very weirded out with the blue blob thing.
For such a big guy, he is very scared of you, little dude. Are you guys scared? And he'll like come up to everybody and like bring Blobby, except for Biscuit, because Biscuit has already expressed strong dislike.
Diedre is also like kind of still on the fence about the blob. So she's just going to actually very nonchalantly, without even waiting for an invitation, go over and kind of start setting her stuff up next to Morthos, and just kind of silently go about like an assumed companionable silence, and like maybe a couple looks that are like, can you believe this crap, without verbally saying it out loud.
Morthos picks it up right away, and just like you just kind of like, he kind of gives you that look of like, right, like I'm not crazy, right?
And she just kind of nods and like silently sets up her stuff and starts brushing her hair, her, you know, obligatory 100 strokes.
After a little bit, and while you're kind of doing that, Morthos takes out kind of a bottle that has kind of a thin top and like a very round kind of bottom, and he kind of pulls out a cork, and he has these two little metal goblets. They're not very big, but they're just kind of like little metal cups, almost like camping cups, and he kind of pours a little bit in each one, and he puts that cork back in, and he just comes over and he hands one to you.
Yeah, she takes it and kind of gives him a little eyebrow, but like a smirk, and just raises it and says, "Cheers, darling." And she takes a sip, very trusting in that moment. Not like her to not sniff it out first, but oh well.
He says, "Cheers," and he kind of takes a sip of it too, and then starts to kind of head back over to kind of his little tent over there. And as you taste it, it's really unusual to you. It kind of tastes like a brandy or like an aged spirit like that, but it has like a much more kind of whiskey, grainy, earthy note to it. Maybe with like a little bit of like smokiness in it. It really seems to have like a complex flavor to it. It's pretty unusual. It's not something you've ever really tasted before.
Do I enjoy it? Like, is it?
It's a quite strong spirit, is what I'll say. But it's not like radiator fluid. It's not like
Okay, like from a range of like Bacardi 151 to like top shelf, Añejo tequila. Like, what's our range here? Like,
yeah, more like a higher end tequila where it's just like, oh man, this is strong, but boy, it goes down smooth.
Okay.
It tastes very
very gingerly continues to sip it and just is preening at her little area, but kind of smiling to herself because it is enjoyable. There we go. Shots fired.
All right, very good. Any other business around the campfire?
Did you get it? Because it was a shot. It was shots fired. But also the metaphor for like.
Yeah, no, I get it.
The nuance.
You meant two things at the same time.
I did.
Oh.
I wanted us to highlight that.
Jen, that's why you're on the podcast. That's why you're here, baby. That's why you're here.
This is the best use of all of our time.
It's so good. Hey, if we can't do this, what are we doing? All right, other business around the campfire.
Igneous is on board with the little slime being cute. He wants to know if we can train it to do tricks.
Oh, we should totally try to do that.
What's a trick you want to try and get it to do?
Yeah, Branch will put it down in front of Iggy and whatever you want, just don't hurt it.
Do you think it could jump through a hoop?
Do we have a hoop?
Oh, I'm sure we could make a hoop.
I can make a
round.
You guys spend 1d4 hours making a hoop. All right, so Morthos and Diedre are kind of, you're looking out on kind of the horizon. You're kind of enjoying this, type of thing. Maybe like kind of exchanging a glance over the tent back and forth every once in a while. And then you guys hear like some like sporadic, like, yeah, all right. And you look back towards the tent and you see the rest of the knuckleheads. They have a hoop and they're like, got this blue stuff. They're like, go, Blobby, go. Woo-hoo,
you can do it. Yeah.
You can do it.
You can do it. Come on. Yes.
And the sun sets on another day in the realm. Yay!
And now, Knights of the Roll Table is proud to present A Tangent.
I don't remember what we're actually supposed to call Stellar's Jace these days. They haven't announced it yet.
What do you mean announced it? What are you talking about?
This is a weird side tangent, but the like ornithological society or whatever they're named are trying to drop all of the like names of creatures that are birds that are named after people and give them like normal names. So Stellar's J was discovered by someone named Stellar.
Stellar Skarsgård.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No, Stellar Johansson.
I always thought it was a really stellar name though, so I'm sad they're changing it.
It's out of
All
this
right, we're
world.
just gonna
maybe.
keep walking then.
It's how Stellar got her groove back, guys.
I like it. I like it.
All right.
This is the best use of our time. Let's go.
It's very good. This 1 hour record.